Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, 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 bow,
Ball out.
bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow,
Ball out.
bow, bow, bow.
Ball out.
Ball out,
Ball out.
ball out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Chopping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets at night, they be cruising. I can put together. A.R. Kensignetta. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the FN. Step in with my best friends. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. If you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tate Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out. Ball out, get called out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Boss Cowboy Sports in the building. The OC, the man with the plan himself, Boss Cowboy, Wednesday Night Live. We're back on Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Turn on the bell notification icons on YouTube and on Facebook so you know when we're going live and giving you the latest and greatest in Cowboys news. We got Jalen getting number 9. We got new hires on the staff, our consultants with the Cowboys. We got tea leaves, interpretations, and much more on this show. Boss Cowboy, talk to the people.
Man, what's up, man? I have to turn you down a little bit. You sound good, though.
Feeling good.
And you bigger than me, man. Like, golly, man.
Way bigger, man. Way bigger.
I mean, not that bigger.
Way bigger.
Sadiq can say, "Hey, OC."
Sadiq, what else, my girl? What's up? Hit me back.
I think you're right. It is Qua.
Yeah, it's Sadiq. So Sadiq hit me back. I just hit you on Twitter. Just message me back that info, and I got you.
Yeah, man. So now we do got a lot to talk about. A whole lot to talk about. And, you know, we kind of wait. We let a lot of people kind of go ahead of us and give their commentary.
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful thing is when y'all heard from us, we had time to think about it. We had time to digest it. We had time to really kind of marinate. And that's important, obviously. You know, you want to be able to kind of digest all of this stuff that we dealing with and really give it thought. And so yeah, we got a lot going on, man. Where you want to kind of start? I'm gonna let you go drive today. Where you want to start?
Well, I want to talk about your interpretation in particular on the meaning, because right now in the NFL, they're allowing linebackers in different positions to wear single-digit numbers and to change their numbers, if you guys have been kind of up with the latest and greatest news. And so Jalen is changing his number from 54, and they're awarding him with a single-digit number that he had in college, by the way, number 9. What is your interpretation of what does this mean for Jalen and his standing with the organization?
Man,
talk about your thoughts, Boss Cowboy.
It's actually saying a lot. It's saying a whole lot, especially because 9 was the recent quarterback that was full of controversy, especially going against Dak Prescott. So it was only 2 numbers that was allowed to be changed like that. That was Donovan Wilson to 6 and Jalen to 9. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of people, they say kind of like, what's the big deal? Like, they don't think it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. But it also depends on you. as a player, right? So, like, some of us, we're cultured to where, and we're superstitious. So when you look at somebody like a Jalen that's getting his number, it's not Romo's numbers, it's his number. He's been having that number since high school. See what I'm saying? So it's something, and you got to think about it, like the psychological effects, OC, is big. Because like Jordan used to wear his North Carolina shorts his whole career. So with a lot of people, it's almost like, to them psychologically, they trying to psych themselves up to play, and that number represents when I was at my best. So it's a psychological thing, and it's something that he believes in, and it's also betting on yourself. He telling the world, yeah, I'm putting the pressure on myself. So nobody should be mad at him taking 9, especially taking it off a quarterback. That's my generic thoughts. I guess what's yours?
Yeah, I think that, people always have favorite numbers, and your number is an identifier of who you are, of who you are as a player, what you represent, your mindset, right? And so if the number is tied to higher performance for him, I'm all for it. I don't think it's anything per se symbiotic to him having Romo's old number, perhaps. I just think that this is just one of those things that was a number that he had in the past. And I think that hopefully this energizes him to uptake his level of play and truly be the heart and soul, or the quarterback, as you will, of that defensive front, man. And he plays like it. So that's what I'm hoping.
And also, that number 9 look fire.
They look dope, man. Those single digits on linebackers, man, it look dope, man.
That's
It
dope.
look dope. It was dope.
And it mean a lot. It mean, like, it depends on the person. It's a lot of people that say, who cares about a number? That's your mentality. You got to try to put yourselves in their shoes. If it's going to make them have a psychological edge, I'm all the way for it. Now,
absolutely, man.
I got a good question real quick. I'm going to throw this at you. Okay?
Yeah.
I want to throw this at you. This came from my boy Anthony Turrell. I think this was a wonderful question. Watch this one. He said, was Romo number 9 more iconic than White at 54?
No.
Exactly.
No. Absolutely not.
So it's something not. So it's almost like, because he's speaking to Anthony's wives with this question. He's speaking to the people that's upset at Jalen, that think this is bad optics. Where if you have a problem with him wearing 9, why did you never have a problem with him wearing 54? You never said a word, not a peep. It was no anger over 54 when he was rocking it. But all of a sudden, every time, I don't know why Romo is worshipped to this degree by some of our fans, to where they look to be mad and offended for Romo. It's just amazing.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because we're in a completely different generation, Boss Cowboy, than we were when Randy White played, right? We didn't have picture cell phones. We had rotary phones. We had pagers. I don't even know if they created a pager yet when Randy White was playing football. So now everything is videotaped. Everybody has an opinion. We podcast across multiple platforms, and will increase to more in the next coming months, by the way, because of the type of generation. So we have the millennial, 2000 and above, younger crowd that will be more outspoken as it relates to their feelings. The older generation really don't even care about this stuff, but our clientele, the people that we speak to, care more about it, because everything is so out there and everybody's so opinionated. And that's what the difference is, man. It's 2 different generations. That's the difference.
Facts. And see, Anthony is in the building. Speak of the devil. So not the devil, not even close to the devil. Y'all know what I mean. Definitely not calling my brother devil. But speak of the brother, speak of the man himself. Like, Anthony is in the building, and this is his group. It's the Cowboys Nation. It's something he's been running for a long time. It's one of the biggest groups out there, and obviously I recommend anybody to join his group, because he has a certain spirit about it that I love. He don't allow trolling, and he comes with good commentary like this, just to give you thought, just to make you put it all together. And somebody said it best, OC, and then we gonna move on to the next one because the next stuff gets even better. Nick J said this, which I feel 100%. Nick said, and he was talking about the Romo guys, the people that's always looking to be offended over Romo, they not fans. That's sad to say that, but it's true. It's super sad to say that, but it is true. It is some people right now that hate Dak literally all because of Romo, and that's it.
Yeah, then that lends us to other conversations about what are your real biases and what your biases stand on. And some of it is just a bunch of malarkey, just point blank, and it's all based on your preference, not what's best for the team, not the Cowboys winning 6, but just your simple and in some instances uneducated opinions about the differences in those quarterbacks and their performance level. A lot of times we get caught up. One of your favorite slides is drinking that good old-fashioned Kool-Aid. But sometimes we got to sit the cup down. We got to back down off the cup and just realize, man, that the season is changing and that times are changing and that at the end of the day, man, we're moving forward with the quarterback that we invested $160 million into. And so let's get behind that. Let's focus on that and how we can make the team better around it.
I agree. And I think actually this the year that's going to bring a lot of people around. It's a lot of people that was kind of still hanging on to Romo and hanging on to the past. I think that's going to go this year. I think it's just all set up. Now, I am going to be a little messy. You know me, OC. I wouldn't be me if I wasn't being a little bit messy. Now, we warned y'all. We warned y'all about this. So you remember Sunday, OC, it was a lot of it was a lot of drinking that Kool-Aid because they saw this. People was already imagining it. And then the whole time he laughing at us. The whole time. The entire time. To the point he disrespected us, OC.
Oh yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about it. And my boy Keystone in the building. What's up, fam? And yeah, and see, cause he, let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
because partially what he's saying is being taken out of context. I'm gonna be honest. I'm listening because I heard everything. I was watching it when he was on with Shannon Sharp, and he say, "Man, so what's this, man? So you want to go to Dallas or what?" Right? And he said, "I want to win." See, people spent that to say, like he was saying, they don't win in Dallas. Nah, he was basically saying it don't matter where I go. I just want to win. I want to get out of Atlanta. That's what he was saying. But obviously, the media don't care. It's not what you was saying. It's what we can make it sound like you're saying. You know what I mean? And so they spend it.
Keystone said, link him up.
Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get you in real quick, Key.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. This is what I think of Boss Cowboy about it. He was led a little bit in that question by Shannon because Shannon said, you want to win? You want to win? But then why are you trying to talk about going to Dallas?
Right.
That was Shannon Sharp's question. And then to that, Julio Jones sheepishly says, I ain't never really been about that. I ain't never just really been on that like that. So it's kind of a little bit of vagueness, a little bit of influence by your big brother a little bit. But I don't think he cares about going to Dallas. I think it's leverage and he using that star so he can get paper or he can get moved on to another team of his choice, of his choosing. He's at the point of his career where he wants to be able to choose. Here's the issue with him, though, man. He's going to play about, a little bit more than half the games, and then because he has soft tissue issues, right? Hamstring issues.
Right.
Now, those games, he's going to be fantastic in the games that he plays. plays Boss Cowboy. He's going to be absolutely fantastic. But, I mean, what do you do with those other games that he doesn't play? And then how do you mitigate the amount of cash you got to pay this man and guarantee him to get you on his team and get him on your team? So that's the thing that you really got to think about with Julio Jones.
Right, and it never made sense. We shouldn't even talk about it, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't even spend the fans' time even hashing it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just move on from it. Like, we can talk about it, but I'm not gonna waste y'all time on he say, she say, gossiping crap. And Keystone, man, I'm sorry, bro. As you can see, we rebuilt the show, and I don't have you queued up because I had to totally rebuild it. So the next time, bro, I promise you, I got you, man. We gonna get you right in. My fault on that. But anyway,
Bondale said that Shannon Sharp is a hater anyway. Agreed, Bondale. Agreed. That's on YouTube.
But see, this is the part I like, though.
I'm sorry.
This
on
is
Facebook,
the part I love. My boy Joseph, he had a response to it. You know what I mean? Oh man, I wish I could get Keystone in here. Oh man, but see, this is the deal. He had a response. This a rookie, man. I love it. A rookie chirping. A rookie going at a vet receiver. Like, now I rep my boys. I'm not silent. I love it.
I like it.
So yeah, man, I absolutely love it, man. See, this is an indication what's coming in, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. I mean, here's the good thing about the draft, man. You got some highly competitive guys and some guys that have high expectation of themselves. You don't have guys, man, that are not unwilling to compete. And so that's the thing I like. Whether you like them or love them, or whether you rate them this or that or the third, one thing you can take away is that, especially in those first 3 rounds, and I will say most of the draft picks, that these guys want to compete, man, and they willing to be about that life. And we go see if they can put up or shut up when we put on these pads. But I like the attitude, love the swag.
Right. Yeah, it's a start, right? That's talk is cheap. We will always stand by that. I know you believe in that, and me too. And I'm glad to see so many of my people in the building, man. I see my boy Nick, man, what's up? And see, listen, so we just built this show in one of my softwares. I got to rebuild it in the other software. We're going to be able to take calls. So that's how we'll get Keystone. We'll be able to get you, Nick. We've been talking about this for a minute, about you being able to get on the show and stuff like that. So y'all just stay on the standby. It's a lot of work. It took me all day to even build this show. But anyway. But yeah, no, they dogs, man. Like I'm starting to have a real good feeling about this Dallas Cowboy team. Now, and not just a okay feeling, a real good feeling. Because obviously football is back in town. And with football back in town, I guess let's talk about the captain real quick, if you don't mind. Right? Let's talk about our guy Dak. All right.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, man.
I'm doing well. A lot of adversity this past year, but to be sitting here now with a healthy leg, happy heart, I'm excited.
October 11th against the Giants.
Yeah.
Third quarter. Your life changed in a different way.
Yeah.
What happened?
Never forget the play, quarterback draw, take it up the middle, break left, and getting tackled, and I'm trying to stiff arm a guy, and I think I'm stiff arming him to the ground, and help him go into my leg. And I actually thought I rolled my ankle. I actually thought that's all that happened. And when I was on the ground, I looked over to see if my ankle was rolled. It was facing the other way at the time. I mean, I don't know, you're in shock. Thank God for shock of not being able to feel the pain. But at that moment, I just wanted to get off the field so bad, and I couldn't. And it wasn't until my teammates came over to tap me on the shoulder, tell me it was going to be okay, they love me, is when I lost it, because I haven't missed much time in the game of football. But to know at that moment that it was gone, it was tough.
Gone. Were you afraid at that moment that it was gone for good?
No, not that it was gone for good. I'm a live in the moment type guy. And so at the time, I just knew I wasn't going to be able to finish that game. I knew that my season was done. So much work was put into it.
The prognosis was like a 4 to 6 month recovery, right? And I guess we're right in that range. How would you say this has gone?
See, when I got hurt, I never said I wasn't going to let anyone put a time on it because I'm a competitive guy, and I knew once I heard the 4 to 6, I was going to try to beat that. But I also knew I didn't have to be ready until fall. I'm right on pace. As I said, I'm healthy. If we had to play a game now, I feel like I can go out there, obviously, with the protection of my O-line and making sure that I'm not getting beat up the whole game. I could go out there and be very successful, start the game, finish the game, and not even worry about the leg.
Listen, Dak Prescott is setting the tone, man, for a bunch of tough guys, man. He's setting the tone for a never quit environment, and that's why he's the leader of this team, man. He's a man's man. He's a leader's leader. And him being out on the field, man, is just so beneficial and so important to the psyche and to the mentality and the work ethic of this team. And so, I mean, listen, man, he's going to be ready to go. We're at the end of May. You know, they go take him slow. He may not even play in the first couple of preseason games. If I'm the Cowboys, I don't let him play the first couple of preseason games. Doesn't make any sense. He needs to maybe get some series before you get into the regular season. They're going to protect him and insulate him, man, and they should. And I think, man, with a few more months, man, he'll be ready to rock. He'll be ready to rock and roll.
Man, I'm playing Dak. I'm throwing Dak out there. I'm throwing Dak out there.
No.
I like what you said, OC. I like what you said, but nah, put Dak out there, man.
Think about it.
Yeah. I mean, we might fight that a little bit later, but Dak is back, y'all. Yeah. So, and he looking good. See, Sean Lee talked about it. Sean Lee said this, man. And my boy Keystone said, no captain on defense. We gonna talk about that, Key. But yeah, like Sean Lee said, he's his best with adversity. You notice how lean he is, man?
Yeah, man. He looks great, man. He looks pretty shredded, man. Look at his legs, man. Jeez, and that's not me being funny, but the dude's in shape, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work, man. Yeah, that's a lot of work, man. When you get your lower body like that, trust me, you put in tons of work, man. So he's ready to rock and roll. So it's no muscle weakness. You know what I mean? He don't look like he flat. He don't look like he ain't been training. You can tell this man has been training hard.
No, he been in the gym. And see, did you notice when he first walked on the field, did you notice what was in his hand?
No, I didn't.
A medicine ball. A medicine ball. Have you ever took a medicine ball to the field?
Never.
So, let's explain what a medicine ball is. People might not even know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
I just thought about it. It's a ball that's a weighted ball that we work out with. So we did ab workouts with it, shoulder workouts. You do a lot of workouts with it. He's going on the field with the medicine ball. That's a message. That's a message. Dak is the hardest working man on our team, bro. He's the hardest working. And when you are that type of guy, the guys go follow, man. Yeah, Mojo, it's a weight ball. Yeah, and see, Jay agree with me on this, OC. I don't know, we might have to hit that fight button. He agree with me on this.
What did he say?
Got to throw Dak out there. Yep, I agree. He starts slow, so he definitely needs real game action. I agree. Like, go ahead and let him get acclimated.
Yeah, but we got scrimmages and practices to get that done. We don't got to throw you out there and live fire the first preseason games, especially since we have we're going to have a slightly, I believe, longer season. And then also you got several preseason games. I'm saying the dress rehearsal, which is normally the game before the last game, right? The third of the fourth preseason game is a game that he needs to get that work for half, see where he is, and then he can play a few series or so, maybe in that last preseason game. But them first games, until you're 110% sure that this man is, knock on wood, do not risk it. We just paid him $160 million. Come on, people. Let's think with our heads, not just with our hearts.
Wait a minute. No, me and Jay thinking with our head. No, like
Week 3,
I think the
Tyrone,
best-
you're right.
Week
Week
three,
3, Tyrone.
what? Man,
Week
hell.
3 of the preseason. Week 3 of the preseason. Week
Oh,
3 of the
okay. I hit
preseason.
that button early. I hit it too early.
That's what he
Bob
was
said
saying.
it.
He's saying week 3 of the preseason is what Tyrone is saying. Thank you, Tyrone. 2 people on the
Man,
show
y'all
that got
better
some good
stop,
sense.
man.
2 people on the show that got some good sense.
Man,
Nah,
stop, man. I got good
man.
sense.
No, man. I'm telling you straight up. No, it's not wise. Absolutely not. First preseason game, what is the point? Maybe a series or 2. Maybe.
You want to get
That's
him
it.
game action. You do.
We go get plenty of game
At least
action when
one
the season
series.
starts.
Jesus, man. Come on now.
Okay,
like they
fine. One
always do. They
series,
would
take
give
'em
Dak
out.
the first series. You literally saying don't see Dak until week 3?
I'm
Hell
telling you
no.
that you don't. I'm telling you don't need him on that football field. A couple preseason games. He's a veteran at this point. As long as he has his timing with his quarterback, with his wide receivers in practice, and you're gonna have scrimmages with other teams outside of these preseason football games. That's plenty of work. I'm telling you, he needs a couple weeks, man.
Oh, see,
A
when
couple
you
weeks.
get scary, man. I didn't even.
I'm not. I ain't scary. It's called being smart. It's a difference between scary and smart. Yeah, it's been a lot of brave people get killed and shot and go broke. Okay, they say I ain't scared and spend all their money on a bad investment. They broke. Yeah, so it ain't got nothing to do with being scary. I don't care how many bucks you hit. It ain't got nothing to do with being scary. This has to do with wisdom, being smart. Okay, think about the long term. All right, come on.
All right, man. Okay. All right, man.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you backing me
Yeah,
up,
Craig. I see you, man. Craig, don't be backing him up.
I appreciate that, Craig.
Oh,
Thank
my
you,
boy
Craig.
Keystone rocking with you too. Keystone, man.
Thank you, Keystone.
Yeah,
I mean,
Keystone
just let,
rocking
let's.
with you too, man. You say don't put Dak at the fire too soon, man. Y'all better stop this, man.
He gonna be under fire all season, boss Cowboy. There are plenty of opportunities for him to get hurt. Okay, there are gonna be plenty of opportunities all year for him to get hit, hurt, and be underneath fire. Trust me.
What?
Stop it.
Plenty of opportunities, man. I'm just telling you. Okay,
But
Say
he'll
what you
be
will.
ready though. I wouldn't be mad if they did. I'd be fine with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool, but I'm saying not too much too soon. That's all I'm saying here. Not too
Yeah.
much too soon. You
Yeah.
know, just it's okay.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the return of Dak though, man. Like, this is oh my God, bro. It's like, man, we finna rock. I'm liking how my defense chirping. I like a lot of stuff. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going. Canoe Neal says Dan Quinn is one of the components that factored into him coming to Dallas. His role told me that he's playing Will, which is Will linebacker, in base and dime in nickel packages. The hook curl dropping into some coverage man-to-man on tight ends, coming from Brianna Dix, which I actually did a show with before. She's a very wonderful, cool person. Let's talk about this. Because we've already been on top of this, bruh. Because this is why
Absolutely.
This is why I've been telling people, where's Cox go play? I've been telling people, where is he go play? For those who said, don't be creative, don't try to figure out other ways to get him on the field. Just look, it's right in our face. This is Quinn's boy, okay? So this is his guy. So he handpicked him to put the identity on the defense, his style, to communicate his message. He not hitting no benches, my man. Which leaves Cox as the odd man out. So all of these people, yeah, Cox, he can coverage. Boss, stop. Don't think about him at safety because he is a coverage linebacker. Stop it, boss.
So LVE is a middle linebacker.
Right.
Jalen is a strong side backer. And then you got Cox as the rotational backup.
You see what I'm saying? So where?
No.
Hold on, Parsons.
Yeah, and then I know we got Parsons,
You
but
see
I'm
what
saying, I'm saying,
and this is what I've been saying.
He's a backup. He's a backup. He's a rotational backup. He may he's an insurance policy, and he's a rotational backup, and he plays if somebody gets hurt or they need a blow real bad or something. It's kind of strange where he fits this first year, and I have to admit that.
I will go back and show where Boss was jumped, and all I was doing was looking at the roster. I was saying,
Right.
He go play special teams year one. I'm telling y'all.
Right.
For all of y'all who love Cox, it's setting up for him to play special teams. Now, if you want him on the field, you better jump on the bandwagon of creativity at safety. You better. Or you gonna be watching him on kickoff team.
Yeah, but here is something that's strange though, because if you have Neil, right, playing Will, and you have LVE playing middle, and then you have Jalen playing strong side. Well, you still got Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons ain't sitting the bench. He's a 12th pick. He ain't sitting the bench. He getting on that football field. Right. So, do we see him as a potential rush linebacker? Do we see him rotating and taking snaps from LVE or Jalen or Neal? Right? That's one of the things that we got to kind of chop through, how that whole thing plays out.
We will. And listen, I'm
just teasing the people a little bit.
No, this is a good tease. See, because it's a lot of bad information out there, man. I'm going to be frank. I'm going to be all the way frank. It's a lot of bad information out there. And the OC and I have committed to really breaking down the 4-3 versus a 3-4. Because it's a lot of misconceptions out there. And we go set the record straight. And I want to read this because this is, my boy Peter gave us some sauce. He said, "You have the best show on the net, brother. I can't compliment you enough on the scheme and personnel breakdown done on the show focused on Jabril Cox, strong or linebacker. I shared it to my page, and I'm going to push your page, and it shows to my group. It's a must watch for the advanced fan who wants to understand defenses, packages, personnel, etc." So, and listen, I knew when we did the show, OC, I said this show is underrated, bro. I said this show is underrated. Like, I knew when we was preparing it, I said we finna throw out some quality content, and sadly we not big enough yet to where everybody should have watched this one, bro. With me, you, and Okoye. Like, go back to the Boss Cowboy page, hit that like, subscribe, and watch this one, bro. You go come out with a better understanding of safety. You go understand Cox. You go understand the dilemma of what we dealing with. You go understand personnel. You go understand a whole lot of stuff if you go back and watch it.
And so I got a comment from my man Vondell Jackson. He said Neal is coming off the bench. He said Neal not even be a starter. That's what he contends. What you think about that, Boss Cowboy?
I think Neal go play. I think it's gonna be exactly what they said. I think Neal is gonna be the wheel linebacker in the base defense. Okay. And see, let me explain base, because I'm not saying you don't understand this, Vondell, but a lot of people that's listening, you know, they're on different football levels, so we kind of break stuff down. The base defense is a counter that the defensive schemes will use for certain offensive packages. So it's a lot of misconceptions. Like, a lot of people say, well, we're going to run nickel 60 to 70% of the time. And they say that as if Quinn is just running nickel haphazardly. No. The reason why nickel is such a strong foundation in the NFL is because it's a passing league. But there are certain teams where you have to face them from a base defense, meaning, and let me explain this. When you have a nickel, what you're doing is you're pulling off your wheel linebacker and you're substituting it with a defensive back. That's why they call it a nickel. But if you're going against what's called like a 12 personnel, where it's 2 tight ends, 1 running back, that package demands a base defense to counter it. And we're going to show this with diagrams and all of this. We're not doing it justice right now. We just kind of explaining it. You know, so when you look at the wheel defense, and you look at the history of Quinn always had a nil tight, an athletic will linebacker. So, and he is the disciple of him that's going to communicate his style of defense. He riding with Neil. Now, the only way you could be right, though, now this is where you could be right, Vundell. The field go have to decide. One of those linebackers would have to blow up preseason so much that he just got to bench him, which is still unlikely. But it's a possibility. But the way the tea leaves now, just let me ask you a question, OC. Who are they leading out there as the spokesperson of the D already?
To
It's
me,
Neil.
To me, it is Neil. And then Jalen to be second. But Jalen, you got to remember, and this is something, here's a nuance that people don't understand when you change coaches. Every coach has their guys.
Oh,
Just remember that.
Say that.
It happens in high school. It happens on a college level. In college, me and Boss Cowboy put on the same team.
Yes, sir.
We had a change in coaching staff, right?
Right.
And that coach was determined to bring in his guys or his type of guys. So it doesn't matter if you were there before how well you played per se, right? Unless that coach has a rapport with you, he's looking for his guys, the guys that can champion his message, the guys that play the way he wants them to play, or that has the body type or the skill sets that he's looking for. And so he's always going to have a mole, so to speak. He's always going to have an advocate or try to get an advocate for himself in that locker room on whatever position group that he coaches. So Neil is that for Dan Quinn right now. And everybody else is a second to that until they build the rapport and they become one of his guys. So always remember that no matter who's the coach, everybody has favorites, every organization has favorites, and keep that in mind as we talk about Neil and him starting. Is he the best athlete? Is he a better athlete than Michael Parsons? Absolutely not. But IQ-wise and understanding of concepts, at this point in his career, he may be better. We don't know that yet. We got to see what happens on the field.
Yeah, we don't know that, but that's a good thought though. You know what I mean? And then Dwayne Double said, "Facts, OC. Appreciate the knowledge." I like how people showing the OC a lot of love lately. The OC name starting to pop. I'm glad that people starting to really recognize the OC knowledge, man. You calling the game, bro. I'm privileged to co-host with you. I really am. And Sadiqa, she raised an excellent point. She right. Y'all got to get the likes up. It's too many people here not to actually hit that like button. It's, you got to hit that thumbs up, man. That's how because I know we try to put together a good graphic show and good content, but sometimes we gotta tell Facebook as well as YouTube with an algorithm that y'all liking it, and the only way to do it is to hit a button. So just hit a button. That's all we asking. Just take a moment, look down at your phone, and hit that like. And then you might as well also hit that subscribe too. But she right. There's too many people in the house on Facebook as well as YouTube for us not to be just all the way through the roof. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to address Joe Tricino's. He had a good thought. I want to kind of pivot to it and get your thoughts on it, OC, and kind of rock with this.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not sure if we fixed our DT problem or secondary. We have a lot of names on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, Joe, you could be right, Joe. You could be right, Joe.
Well,
we'll know where we stand, Joe, after the first 4 games of the year. We'll know how well that defense is playing against the run and the adjustments we're making in the secondary. We have a couple one-year veteran guys on contract, and we got a bunch of young guys, right? And the same thing with the defensive line, Joe. We got a couple one-year journeymen. We rent these players for a year, and then we got a bunch of young guys. So how well do those one-year guys play on the inside of that defense? Urbane in particular, he's going to be huge. How well does our 6th-round draft pick out of Kentucky, how well does he play as a rookie in the middle of that defense? When you let go of Antoine Woods, he becomes a huge factor, right? How well does Osa play on the snaps that he's given? How well does Gallimore play? And what do we get out of Tristan Hill? All young players and some draft picks in there. So we don't know is the answer, Joe. We don't know. And we need at least a 3 to 4 game sample size before we can begin to take a preliminary, that's the first quarter of the season, by the way, before we can have a preliminary determination as to what's going on with that defense. That's what I think. What you got, Boss Cowboy?
Yeah, it's first of all, we young, so Joe is right. We gotta kind of account for that. Like, it's easy to get caught in the sauce of optimism, but then you need realism at the same time. And we got a lot of rookies. The good news is we drafted all D like a lot of people wanted us to do. The bad news is that we drafted all D.
Right.
So we got to kind of allow them to go through their growing pains. And I'm going to go ahead and tease this some more. I'm going to tell you, Joe, what'll make me feel 1,000 times better. If I stop hearing this 3-4 stuff, I would feel 1,000 times better on our defense, because I don't think that we're ideally built for a 3-4. Now, I went back and forth with a lot of people on Twitter. It was, I got some stalkers and some weirdos on there that's just follow me around and they want to disagree with everything that I say. Just weirdos, right? But for those who want to talk real X's and O's, this the right place. Because the people been saying, oh, we're going to be fine. See, all you got to do is stand up Gregory. And they playing with diagrams and stuff like that. And it's like, I hear what you're saying. But can somebody please research, just do this, research the optimal design of a 4-3. And then you will begin to really understand how it fits Dallas. We're going to go through this heavier, likely next show. We go get into this heavy. Like, we go really prove this, that the 4-3 is built on the quality of your edges. Who is the highest paid guy on our defense? I just want to ask a question. Who's our highest paid guy?
I think we all know who that is.
Right. Now, everybody say, we waiting on Tank to come back. Do you know the difference between and why in the 4-3 you put those guys' hands in the ground? Because you want guys to have a sprinter stance to really maximize that first step. So all this, we can put Gregory right there and we can just stand them up. Well, you're not maximizing what you can do if you really use your edges. And see, people not thinking this. Like, remember when Quinn broke out with us, OC? The reason why we acquired him, it's historical. It was because Miami was moving to a 3-4. And so he didn't fit anymore because he's a speed rusher. Facts. And that's why we got him, and that's when he went off.
Ballistic. Should have re-signed him, actually. Should have re-signed him for a couple years. If we could.
OC, it low-key pissed me off. It low-key, because people be trying to talk ball, don't know what the hell they talking about, and you co-signing dumb ideas. It'd be like, it's like, no, I want those boys' hands in the ground because we built for that. Our best players are the edge players right now on defense. Don't say it's the linebackers, you lying. Don't say that, you lying. Why would you build a defense on the 3-4 when your best players are on your edges? Don't even make sense. So, and but we go break this down. I don't want to tease them too much, but Joe, you open up a wound with that one.
Yeah,
but we gotta break this down because I'm sick of it. And people getting on my last damn nerve with this. Oh, boss, you kind of overreacting. No, you underreacting. Won't you go ahead and research really what the whole optimization of all the schemes are, and you would take a look at our personnel and say we should be in that one.
So let me ask a question to the fans. Y'all put it in the chat real quick. Facebook, YouTube, man. Y'all want us to break down the 3-4 versus a 4-3 and the personnel that we have and how it would fit and how it doesn't fit? If that interests you, put it in the chat. Just say break it down. Just say breakdown. Hashtag breakdown. Hashtag breakdown. If you want the breakdown of that, man, we'll do a show. We'll break down every nuance, every position, the responsibilities of the positions, and how it should look, and incorporate our own personnel into that so you guys can see the difference and understand for yourself. And then at the end, you guys create the vote. You guys make the decision yourself. What defense, based on what we have and where they're saying we want to go, should we play?
And Craig said not necessary. And so so Craig is somebody that obviously understands football. But then we seeing Terrence Artis is it's switching now. Break it down. They want the breakdown. Like I'm seeing a lot of people on the breakdown, and it's because a lot of people. Dwayne said breakdown, please, because it's a lot of people not seeing it, bro. I promise you. Like it's a lot of people that's treating it like Michael Jones. It's another breakdown. They outvoting you, Craig. They hulling you on this one. It's okay though. It's right now. Nice brothers. Milton Green said that. Break it down. Get James Gear. Yes. Because it's a lot of misconceptions. People literally just what they doing is they pulling out napkins and they saying, "Oh, it could work. Just stand up and then just stand up, Gregory, and there you go. You got your 3-4."
I disagree. I disagree. They're not pulling out napkins. They just thinking out loud without thinking it through. They're not even pulling out napkins. They're just thinking out loud. You know how sometimes you just think out loud when it's something you really should process and you should think about before you actually present it.
Yeah. It's just weirdos, man.
It's all good,
I didn't know Twitter was full of
point.
weirdos. Twitter got some weirdos, man. Like, it's hard to even have a real somebody said 3-4 and 4-3 all the same. They all have 4 down line. Both of them have 4 down linemen. I didn't even comment, bro. I was like,
that was hilarious, man. Let's move on to the next topic.
No, I'm still talking about this OC because I'm scoring.
I know, but you scoring, and we got to get on because we got
I'm mad.
To hit on. I know you mad. That's what we go do. We probably do a show about it based on everybody saying they want this thing broken down.
And
so it's fine.
I gotta say one more thing, bro. Please don't rush me on this part.
All right, go ahead. All right, CC
this
said break down.
is serious what I'm talking about, bro. I'm over here mad, bro. I'm over here downright pissed at people co-signing silliness. Cause I'm talking about 3-4 and 4-3, and you know what they start talking to me about? The nickel. But Quinn is gonna run a nickel. What the hell y'all talking about? Like, I'm obviously talking about a base when I say 4-3. That's obvious base. If it's a nickel, that's a 4-2. Okay, yeah, we gotta break it down.
Yeah.
You're right, bro.
You're going off on too much of a tangent, and we got to be able to show this stuff, right?
You're right.
Because some of the people, like Chris Hennigan says, look, he doesn't know football technically. He's a fan, so we got a mix of people. Some people know football. Some people, Craig knows football a little bit better. That's why he said not necessary. And then we got others that want the information because they don't really fully get it. They're just fans and they want to learn. So we want to kind of cater to both sides of people. That hey, if you know it, cool. This may be review, you may pick up a couple nuggets that you need. If you don't know it, at least now you can have a foundation, right? So you can enjoy the game and the Cowboys even more, right? So when you're watching the game and you're seeing different things, you can say, okay, that's what that is. That's why they're doing that, because you understand it better.
My boy Dick, he held his head like boss. Damn, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it popping.
All right. Next topic, man. You rushing me, man.
I got you.
Bro,
It's for good reason. For good reason.
Oh, you probably got to get to the wife. I know what that means.
No, it don't. No, not that. Not even that.
Because I might have been stalling because we could have been running out of topics, and you finna end the show early with your rushing me, brother.
No, man, we got plenty of juice on here, man. We can go for hours, man. We
truly
break it off
can.
we break it off to be considerate of the fans,
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all listen. Yeah, we gonna start taking y'all questions in a minute. So start thinking about stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff that you thinking about training camp, Dak, whatever. What could happen? Like we gonna really try to get into it. Cause see, let me say this before we talk about this real quick. This Ben Mcadoo stuff. I want to say this. Everybody got to always ask yourself what makes us different. Okay. So like, why would you listen to us versus other podcasters? Not saying that other ones are bad, right? It's just like, what makes us different? One thing I would say is that first is that when we wrong, we will admit it. That's one.
Right.
Two, we have a lot of experience that we bring to the podcast community through years and years of film study. Plus, the OC is a very smart guy, and I am too. It's a difference between playing football and actually having a cerebral ability. I graduated top of my class, and so did he. So we both were ministers before, so we know how to speak. We're comfortable with speaking and stuff like that. So that's what makes us different, and that's why you should subscribe and stay with us, because we're also teachers. So it's one of those things, like somebody said, and I really appreciated this, man. It surprised me, but it was a good thing for Peter to be like, bro, I learned a lot. And I knew it, OC. I said, bro, this show was underrated. I knew when we was doing it. I say, bro, we not gonna get enough views on this. Like, it's not gonna do it justice. So our next breakdown gonna be just as good. We also got a Okoye coming back. All right, let's get into that Mcadoo stuff.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Let's
Definitely.
get into that Mcadoo stuff. So, all right. So, McCarthy, what? The Cowboys have hired former Giants head coach Ben Mcadoo as a consultant. Sources says, once a Packers QB coach under Mike McCarthy, now back with him in Dallas. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, we always hire the people that we like, and friendships and kinships, man. That's what we do. Here's the deal, man. He's trying to help his boy stay active in the game so he can pick up another job or replace somebody else who was failing. He's also a gap stop if the trail gets really, really hot with Kellen Moore and he gets out of here next year. Then he already has a built-in offensive assistant coordinator with Mcadoo if Mcadoo doesn't get another job. So this is actually a smart move by McCarthy, in the sense of, hey, man, listen, prepare for unexpected exits, hire somebody you trust, right? You're forming your team of guys, right? And then you want to ensure that you have some security. You know what I'm saying? So, Mojo says he's drinking and beer and eating with his buddies. Okay, that could be true, Mojo. That could be true.
Watch
but there's
Keystone.
a reason.
Look at Keystone.
You suspect for that, Mike. That's funny. So look, man. At the end of the day, man, he's trying to hire somebody he likes and maybe hedge his risk against a Kellen Moore exit, which is what makes the most sense to me. But if it's not Kellen Moore exit, because I know he's beloved actually by the organization, it's just him hiring his buddy again.
Man, Joe. Man, I appreciate that, Joe. I mean, we really take that to heart. He said my football IQ went way up watching your show, and I appreciate what you guys do here, man. That's the biggest compliment ever, bro. We humbly appreciate that, because that's what we try to do. We really do, bro. That's the biggest thing we want to do. We want people to come away where we take the complex verbiage of football and we break it down in a way to where you see it from common sense. Because really the game is simple. It's really about teachers, because real good coaches are teachers. They know how to make those concepts like become common sense to you, So, and that's what, and the OC, that is not just his name. He's a coach. So he's always teaching. He's always training. He works with NFL players. So that's a big compliment. But going back to Mcadoo, obviously this is his kinships and friendships. It is. It's kinships and friendships. And my first thought to OC is when I saw this, because William Kill sent it to me, matter of fact. William Kill sent it to me. I was like, what? What did I miss? He said, oh, good old boy. I said, oh, Lord. Then I went to Twitter. I was like, okay, I see. My first thought. This is my first thought to OC. I said, find you a friend in life like Mike McCarthy.
Oh, real quick, shout out to Hassan and Jerry. Thanks for sharing and following the page, man. Appreciate you guys. All right.
Oh.
So,
And somebody
man.
asked, real quick, I'm going to get off topic and get back on it real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Somebody asked, how do you subscribe? So, this is how you subscribe. All right. On Facebook, go through all these steps. Hit that like. Then you got to click the 3 buttons and say follow, or you will not get the notifications when we go live. I'm going to do it again. All right. You got to do all these steps. A lot of people don't know this. All right. So I know it seemed like to some of y'all like, really? But, you know, we got to tell people because they want to get the notifications. Hit the like, hit the 3 buttons, hit that follow. Then every time we go live with any information, you go get it. That's one. Then you obviously have YouTube. You gotta do the same thing. Hit the like. You also gotta hit the subscribe, and then hit the bell. And when you do that, you will then get all the notifications every time we go live. All right. So I know OC was like, really? Yeah. I mean, somebody asked. But it's one of those things that where, man, you know, some people, you know, they don't really deal with social media, so we got to walk them through the basics, and that's okay. Hold on, somebody said, I'm looking at the comments. I always be looking forward to seeing Boss Cowboy Sports, and I say I love this channel. This channel is very educational. Yeah, I appreciate this, Sadiqua. Absolutely, yeah, that's what we pride ourselves in. But going back to Mcadoo, all right. So going back to, I just got rid of the comment. God dog, it's so easy to hit the wrong button on this stuff.
That's all right. My boy Big GT's in the building. What's up, Big GT? Love you, man.
Oh, G?
Yeah, Big G in the building.
What's up, G, man? He on Facebook?
He on Facebook, man. Let's keep rocking.
All right, man. For those you don't know, G was our tight end. He was a dog. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. But on Mcadoo, that's my dog though. Hey bro, I'm gonna take some time to say love you, my brother. Love you. Like I was in my man wedding and everything, so he more than just a teammate. That's my brother. So glad you here, my brother. Yeah, glad you here. So I'm gonna say this: kinships and friendships. Yeah, find you a friend in life. Mm-hmm. Find you somebody in life that's gonna be as loyal as Mike McCarthy. Mm-hmm. For real. And I mean that. So I started somebody asked, boss, you and the OC played together? Yes. I was 1 year ahead of OC, but OC, y'all, we played ball together. I got some old pictures I'm gonna show y'all. I got some cold pictures of us, bro. We look sweet too, man. We clean, bro. I'm like, ooh, man, we was some young Max. No problems. No, we was actually not Max. But anyway, let me say this. But going back to the politics, I started suspecting it. I started suspecting Mike McCarthy on the DiNucci pick from last year. That's when I started saying, it's some good old boy in you, man.
1,000%.
It's some good old boy in you, man. Because when you look at the backstory, you know we shouldn't have picked DiNucci, man. No. And then, but we was all trying to get a feel for him, OC. We was trying to figure him out. He was our new coach. We saw him kill the draft, but he got the round 7. But everybody was doing this because the draft was so good. They was just drunk. It was some cocaine Kool-Aid, and everybody took a sip.
You say cocaine Kool-Aid, man. I don't know about that, man, but this is what I'm going to tell you, man. I said this earlier in the show. Every coach has their guys. Right. And so what you want to do is try to be one of those guys, either through the good old-fashioned elbow rubbing or through just great performance. And in today's NFL, these coaches many times have known each other since they were coaching in college, and one guy gave another guy an opportunity because he made it to the league and got into a position, so on and so forth it goes, right? And it's just like corporate America. Your old boss moved and he went to a new job, and all of a sudden he hires you. You have no related job experience, right? You have no related job experience. You're not even in that industry. He brings you, he trains you over, and here's the thing. This is what it is. Listen, this guy's going to always fend for his guys, but I don't really care that he fends for his guys, Boss Cowboy. I don't care about that. What I care about, can his guys do the job? That's what I care about, and that is what we'll see this coming season. Can the guys that he is buddy with, that he's going to look out for, can these guys perform and help the Cowboys get the 6? That's all I want to know, Boss Cowboy. Regina and Reggie. Okay, here we go. What is this about? What is this about? What is the head shake about? What's going on here? What's going on right now?
I think it's obvious, bro.
Okay,
I think it's just it's time to call a spade a spade.
Okay, fine. Talk me off the ledge. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's not really that you're wrong. It's just that the spade is a spade. The man got a kink in his armor, and he got the same kryptonite of Jerry Jones, loyalty. And we just got to be honest about it. At this point, it's pretty clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest blessing of Jerry Jones is his loyalty, but it's also his biggest curse. And it's too much of a pattern of Mike McCarthy falling on the swords for his friends. That's what we keep saying, OC. Let's go back to Mike Nolan. If he didn't have no relationship with Mike Nolan, let's be honest, Mike Nolan would have been fired by Game 8. Right?
Okay.
Because Quinn got fired mid-season.
That's true. That's a great point.
Our defense was the worst in our franchise history, and Mike McCarthy loyalty rocked with him.
Yeah, man, and listen, I'm not saying you're wrong about this, but what I am going to say is I'm going to give a reprieve of at least another year before I say that's his kryptonite. I'm going to say that's his pattern at this point. It's definitely his pattern.
Right.
But we need another year because we did have a COVID-19 season, right? Worldwide pandemic that changed the world. And he came in as a head coach, and he coached during that pandemic. Now, I'm not making an excuse for his performance or the wins or losses because every coach has to deal with the same thing in the National Football League. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we need a little bit more of a body of evidence before I can say distinctly that is his kryptonite. But we know for sure at this point that is his pattern. And so I'm interested to see this year, Boss Cowboy, because once I have another composite list of data, then I will make strong, very strong, definitive statements as to the nature of how he really operates.
Right, and I think that's fair. I think you're being fair to him, but at the same time, you talking X's and O's. I'm talking patterns of decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
That's the difference. Like, I'm talking the patterns of what we keep seeing with him, like with the DiNucci, with the Mike Nolan. And when you look at the people, like Joe Philbin, he was trying to get him last year. He got another shot at it, and he went and got him. Like, it's like Mike McCarthy, the dude that go to McDonald's and always order the same meal. He'll go to a 5-star restaurant and always order the same steak. He never kind of, break his traditions. He's one of those guys. Oh, I know Philbin. Let's go with Philbin. I know. Look, all these guys are Green Bay guys, bruh. Al Harris, all these guys, these are green. All they did was substituted green for blue, bruh.
Well, listen, that's not all bad, Boss Cowboy.
But yeah, you're right.
It's not all bad because some of these guys he won a Super Bowl with. All right,
not all bad, but not all bad. It's some. You know how you say baby in bath water?
Yeah, exactly. You don't throw the baby out with the bath water.
I'm gonna change it a little bit.
Okay.
It's some boo boo in your sandwich.
Okay, that's really disgusting. I mean, I don't want the sandwich at all. Okay,
it's a sandwich. It got cheese, it got meat, it got bread, but it got a little bit of boo boo in it, bro.
Well, if you got Kool-Aid with a little bit of rat poison in it, do you want to sip of that Kool-Aid? Absolutely not. Throw out the whole batch, and I don't want the sandwich.
You don't.
I don't want the sandwich. I definitely don't want the Kool-Aid. No, I don't want
you
none of that.
You do want to kind of work with guys you're familiar with because you know them intimately. They've earned your respect, especially when you getting defensive guys.
Continuity.
You know? Yeah, continuity, but then you do stuff like the Mike Nolan, and then you got to know when to part ways.
Yeah. Which he did, because think about this. The Cowboys were in NFL, if you will, and I don't believe in purgatory. I believe in heaven and hell, but I'm just saying that some people understand this term. They were pretty much in the pits of the NFL by the midseason. It didn't make any sense to fire Mike Nolan at that point because they were already so bad. I don't really see the sense in firing him midseason because they were already so freaking bad. So I'm saying, as a justifiable argument from Mike McCarthy, that this is a reason why we're going to ride this out and see what changes and improvements we can make because of everything I just mentioned. So I'm saying, in the front office, that's probably the argument. I do want to address them real quick, Boss Cowboy. Comment by Chris Hennigan. He says, West Coast says, one thing I know, as long as we run the football, we really don't necessarily have to worry about stopping the run, because they can't stop the run on hurry-up offense because you're basically trying to score as quickly as possible, and there's no time to run the ball. What do you think about that comment?
Who said that?
I'll read that again. Chris Hennigan says, West Coast says one thing he knows, as long as we can run the football, we really don't have to worry about stopping the run because they can't run the ball on hurry-up offense. You're basically trying to score quickly, so there's no time to run the ball. I think Chris is talking about scenarios here, Boss Cowboys.
No, I know West Coast message, so I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
West Coast is on a major campaign of run. He got hats that he literally solicit that's run the damn ball. This is actually the debate you're getting ready to have with Marvin. Okay? It's actually a good debate, bro.
Yeah, it's fine, baby. It's fine. Let's rock it.
This is a good debate. Like, hey, you know me, man. I feel like I'm pretty sound on X's and O's, and I listen to both sides, and I give pause because my gut say adaptable. I think that's the best way, but it's some truth in resting your defense with the running game. It's some truth in setting up play action with the running game. It's a truth in having an identity and a physical identity, especially if your offensive line healthy. Now, I don't believe in running down ball. Last year, when 80% of your line injured, y'all can go kick rocks with that. Ain't nobody gonna talk me into that. Stop all that. But
right.
when T. Smith healthy, when Zach Martin healthy, when you got Tyler Biadasz going into year 2, and you got Collins going into year 4, and you got Liel already on the contract and healthy. Oh, say, man, I take boring wins all day over exciting losses. Straight up.
Absolutely.
Dak can only throw for 3,000 yards. If we end up doing what we did in 2016, I'll be fine. 13-3 on the hands of Zeke. I'm cool with that. Boring wins, give it to me.
Right. But football, to your point, this the point without me giving too much away, football is situational. It is situational. And so you got to know when to hold them and fold them like a good card game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got to assess the opponent and you got to understand what's going on and what you need to do to be successful as an offense. And that's the premise of what I'm saying when I talk about a pass-happy league and this being a throwing league. That's the whole premise. Not that you don't ever run the football. That's not true.
Yeah. And I can't wait to that debate because, see, Marvin is a coach. And you know I know football. When you know what you're talking about, I'm going to pick it up quick. Nick say, everybody call boss Slide. He said Sly. See, Nick, I never was Sly. That never was my nickname. It was Slide with a D. And it was always Slide Boss. Anyway. That's a whole nother subject. People know what my college and high school nickname was. It was Slide Boss. So
right,
anyway,
that's true. That's
true. Because the OC always called me Boss. Day one, Boss. You know what I mean? That's always been my nickname. Always. So anyway. But no, man, that's a good debate. Like, it is one of those things y'all got to show up for that one. We go market it. We go push it on social media. Oh, I got some news. I forgot to tell you this. I talked to BJ Nix yesterday. Y'all got another debate. Oh yeah, y'all got another debate coming up.
He wants some more action. I know he wanted some more.
No,
I know he
you want some more action.
No, hey man, I'm fine. I like all comers, man. You know, you line up, man. You play who's in front of you, man. It's your schedule, man. You got your schedule. You don't change your schedule. Whoever you got to play against, you just play against them, man. You do what you got to do, so it's fine.
So we likely gonna have 2 debates coming up.
Oh, that's fine.
Matter
And
of fact,
BJ is a good podcaster, man. And BJ is a smart guy, man. He's a football guy, no doubt, man. Works hard at knowing his stuff, man. And always fun to talk to BJ, man. So
always.
look, that's something that on both sides, man. You're gonna learn something from it, so you want to tune in for that one for sure.
Yeah, and we talked a long time yesterday, and so it's one of those things that in that talk we finished it like it's gonna be me, you, and him and Spoon, his co-host.
Well,
and I think I might be going against you, OC, on this one. For real.
Okay, you might, and
because there's some things that I know where we differ on. So y'all stay tuned.
And it wouldn't be the first time we got into a good fight. So listen, y'all definitely gonna want to see that.
No, you gonna want to see that because you gonna also walk out of that learning. It's one thing about watching the debates between BJ and the OC. Sometimes we get nasty. We'll hit each other in the chest, and every now and then we'll headbutt each other because it's competition. Don't act soft. Don't act all weak because you see men going at it. We're men. It's what we do. You know what I mean? But it's never personal. Never. It's men trying to win. You know what I mean? But anyway, and not trying to win, believing their ideas, and so you go fight it out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, listen, man, I'm actually hungry. I'm finna actually break out of here, man.
Let's land this plane, man. We gotta land it. It's good.
So I'm gonna just tell everybody because I don't see no questions being shot out. We got a lot of stuff that's coming up. We got some potential big interviews. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you we likely getting ready to have David Hellman that's go likely join us, and he's gonna give us a real in-depth breakdown of what he's seeing because the media has access to the field, but he's gonna bless us with his presence. And the OCI and I with Big James and Law, we go tag team that show, and we go really get into what's going on at training camp, and we go ask the hard questions. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We also got a lot of other guests that's coming and a lot of big debates, so y'all also stay on the lookout for that. Make sure, do not get off without hitting that like and subscribe. You have to, because you're going to miss a lot of content. You're going to miss the notifications, all right? So we obviously want you to follow us on Boss Cowboy Sports on Facebook. But then also Twitter has been extremely popping lately. Like if you want to see some good fights, follow me on Twitter and follow the OC. Yep. The Instagram, we getting ready to, and some good fights in there too. Like it's worth it. And then obviously we really appreciate. I don't have my YouTube button plugged in, but obviously every time y'all donate is greatly appreciated and it helps a lot. Because you can see we got a brand new look and it's going to stay fancy. We got, and this stuff is not cheap. To invest into the quality of this look and all the stuff that we do to kind of bring you first class quality, we do invest into this. So everything that y'all do in terms of donating helps us out a million. The OC is still working on the memberships through the Patreon. It's his fault, not mine.
It is. It's on me. It's on me. We go get that up and popping soon in the near future. All right, so that's on me. So y'all blame me, message me. Don't say nothing about Sky, but that's definitely my fault. So I got you guys.
So I want to say something real quick, man. If y'all got a good feeling, put this in there before we get out of here, man. Put RING, ring. I have a good feeling about this year, bro. We go rewind this show, man. And I got a good feeling, bro. We go either go deep or we go all the way to the Super Bowl this year. I had a feeling. I had this feeling in the 90s and it happened. I got that same feeling, bro. Like the fact that Dak is back, bro. And he's so lean, man. He look ready. He's paid. He played through all that pressure, bro. And now he free to lead his men, bro. Oh, my God. People are sleeping on what's getting ready to happen. So I want to tell everybody before we get out of here, and I want everybody to understand this when I say this. We are loyal here, never devoted. Devoted is what you never want to be, because devoted is just go ride with people just because you riding with them. Loyal is telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Somebody say, boss, sipping that Kool-Aid. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm being serious. Ring. Put it in there and put the energy out there, man. Feel it, bro. Like, man, we got a lot, bro. Like, we finna rock this league. Yeah. We finna rock this league. And I said it. And thank y'all for putting that ring in there. Put it in there. Ring. Come on now. So, but I just want to say that, man, it's always about being loyal. Sometimes you go offend people when you tell them the truth. But, hey, still ride with the truth, because it's the truth. It's what it is. So, man, we love y'all a lot, man. We appreciate y'all, and y'all keep following us, man, and we gonna keep giving y'all this funk. What you got, OC?
Listen, like, share, subscribe, Boss Cowboy Sports, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll see y'all next time.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.